Buddy.
Evening, Chad. Nice to see you.
You got a bunch of stuff coming up we were talking about earlier. You've been just about as busy as I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out and shoot a couple of things. I really need to focus on my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off days this week on taking my centerfire rifle, my 6 arc back out. I pulled the Vortex razor off of that almost a year ago here now and put it on that Mark II, More Money Mark II. And I need to re-zero a different scope on that if I'm still planning on shooting the last PRS match that our gun club holds this coming Saturday the 13th. So, and then after that, I got my long gone plus quarter mile chaos match 2 weeks after that on a Sunday, and then I got a couple other matches that I can talk about at another time in the upcoming months that I'm going to host or hold out here in Minnesota. So, you know, staying busy.
So, well, I know it's busy out getting ready for those matches and stuff, especially when you're full with donations. Because I've been chasing donations for the past 3 weeks, and we're going to talk about that here just in a little bit. Because we're going to have the best prize table this year that we've ever had. So it's worth the work. It's work with rewards is what it is. Anyways, up next we got Justin, which is bringing our topic tonight. So how you been, Justin?
Howdy, guys. Glad to be with you tonight. It's been a 4-day week with 3 Mondays in it, seems like. But
Uh,
other than that, it's been pretty good.
yeah. So, in case anybody's wondering, I'm sporting a new hat here. So I was in one of our local Royal King store, and they're carrying the Black Rifle coffee products. So I bought me a Black Rifle coffee hat, and my shirt also says God, family, and fishing. So up next we got Hasbro. He's the troublemaker.
What? What? Get this reputation by this guy.
Yeah, when you go around
By
buying
his
stuff like this.
Oh yeah, he better. I still have your mug in a box on my kitchen table, and I haven't mailed it yet. That's really
Yeah,
sad.
I know.
It'll go
So
out. Maybe I'll give it done tomorrow, maybe. But it's
yeah.
been sitting there. I'm not kidding you. It's like idiot.
Are
What
you,
4 weeks?
ready? Are you ready for a trip south?
I am. Well, I'm getting ready with my new toy. I'm gonna bring it along, and then
So
I've got some others all ready to go.
interesting fact. I had a family reunion on Saturday. My great uncle lives about 40 minutes north of Steve, and he said the next time I go to the Hyde, that he dared me to stay in a hotel. So he's like, "You come stay with me, and then you can go shoot." I
Well,
said, "Okay."
Cool, cool.
Um,
We had a good
so
time. That was a fun day.
yeah.
yeah,
But did
I'm
he?
looking.
Did he say you can come, but Justin? Yeah, Justin needs to still get himself a hotel room, or
I,
Yeah, there you go.
I I told him that I had a hired hand, and he said he was all about free labor people. So, uh, all right. So up next we got J Delta 22 from in down there in North Carolina.
Hello,
You
everyone. Thank you for having me tonight, chat.
you getting storms down your way, brother?
No, we have a hot day today. It was in the 87. Cool in
Yeah.
the
Well,
morning, 87, but then it's going back to the 80s,
we
81,
went out to
82.
eat.
Yeah.
We
Hmm.
went out to eat tonight. My son is in town for the first time in probably a year. He's going
Oh,
to
wow.
medical
That's
school.
pretty cool.
He's going to medical school, and it consumes his time. And he's married, and his wife's family's from Chicago, and he has a hard time dividing his time up between all of his families. And I get it, you know. And
Hmm.
uh, uh, but he made the effort to come home tonight and spend some time with us. We went out to eat, and I told my wife on the way home, I was like, I need to get home and move my truck out from underneath that tree. It's getting ready to storm. And she's like, not till
Mm.
12, not till 12:30, 9:30,
You
nine
poor,
thirty
huh?
rolls around and it's a pouring of rain and storm and
Oh,
thunder and
wow.
lightning.
Yeah,
So, but I think it's past for right now. Um,
that's
well, up
good.
next, we got Steve from Lebanon, Southwest Virginia. If it'll add him to the stage, there we go.
There he
Hello,
is.
guys.
Hey,
How's
Steve.
everybody
Hey,
doing
Steve.
tonight?
Doing
Good.
good. Well, you're a little
Good.
closer to me. Are you getting the weather we're getting?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, it's showing like now
It's
it's a little
coming.
bit north of me, so it might miss you.
Sometimes it
With
does, and
the
then other times it rolls right through and gets us. I
Yep.
just
So,
lied to you. I just heard thunder.
It's coming.
Yeah.
uh,
is it getting
so
cool there for you, Chad? With the storms, is it cooling down, or is this like a
It's
heat
pulling in.
storm that you're getting?
no, it's cooled off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
High of
it's
72 tomorrow. 70
yep,
tomorrow, I think.
yeah.
yep.
It feels
It's
straight up
Sunday's.
like it
Yeah.
feels like middle late October here already for us. We're dropping down into the 40s at night here already. So
I
Oh,
I
wow.
really I really enjoyed the last couple of weeks at work because you get out there early in the morning and it's like 60s,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah.
high in the 80s, and by the time it gets in the 80s, it's late in the evening and it starts cooling right back off. So it's
It don't
been
stay
a
hot long.
yeah, it's been a very nice couple of weeks at work, working outside. So um, I see Rustic Rimfire over there, and Chris Lang, Garage Guy, Ron 2A Matters, and Joe Cool. Boomstick's got another name.
Joe Cool.
Yeah.
So, uh, all right. Last but not least, we got that American Hillbilly, and like I said, we got a light crowd tonight, but we got enough here to make you all a show.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
We're doing good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine as frogs here, buddy.
Yeah, been
Yeah, that
wrestling,
cool front.
around with all them grandbabies and chasing them around, ain't you?
Yeah, yeah, we've been really fortunate to have them like the last 3 weekends, and so I mean, take all that we can get because one day they turn about 15, 16, and then they don't want to hang around anymore.
Hmm.
Right.
But
That's it.
yeah, we looked like it was going to rain some and all that, but it kind of went north and south of us, kind of split us. But cool front come through, so at I believe it was 4 or 5 o'clock. It was in the low 80s. Nice day, and then I was inside for a couple hours, went to take the dogs back out, and it was 67 degrees.
Yep. I'm enjoying it, but you know what? It's going to get
Kicking off
cold.
those storms, ain't it, for you guys?
Yeah, but it's going to get cold, and we're going to complain about it being cold, and then when it gets hot, we complain about it
Yeah.
being hot. It's just we just
Oh yeah.
complain too much. So,
Well,
uh, well, last week I showed you guys. Uh, let me see if it's still on here. I showed you guys this sticker that Hillbilly had made through. Well, he actually made and designed the sticker, but he also went to Sticker Mule and ordered us some of these stickers so that we could give them away at the match. So when I got home this week, um, they're here, and there they are.
oh, I thought they sent them upside down for a minute.
Yeah.
No, so
Nice. Very nice.
everybody that enters the match will get a free sticker, and his wife, I found out today, is unable to be there. She is going to be out of the country, but his nephew will be there, and we do have everything in order to our first relay, we're going to have Kenny's rifle and his shooting rest and bags on the bench, and his bench will be open for the first relay. We'll just have his gun sitting there. So Kenny will be with us in spirit during the first relay and the whole match, because this whole match is about Kenny and all the free stuff, and he enjoyed it, and he always got excited about our hot dog shootout, which is what we used to call it. Now we call it the Kenny Blackburn Memorial. But he loved that hot dog chili. He looked forward to it every year. And I just give you a quick glance here of this is a list that I've been making out, and this is actually what I have in hand right now, and I'm expecting more. So there's 20 items on each one of these pages,
Great.
and I
Wow.
have 60 prizes at the moment in my possession, and there's more coming. I got an email from Vortex today with a tracking number. Vortex has a package coming to me, so we'll see what that's all about. And I have a Tactical Solutions barrel at my local FFL. They didn't want to send it to a personal address. They wanted to send it to an FFL, so I gave them my FFL's information, and they notified me and told me that I had a barrel ready to pick up over there. So I got 2 gun barrels to give away at this meet. One's a Shaw, one's a Tac Solutions. So got a lot of nice stuff to give away. So, and I just want to thank anybody that's listening here tonight that's helped contribute to that. Hillbilly's help to the cause, and J Delta's help to the cause, and there's several others that reached out to me and wanted to send stuff to help out, and I just wanted to take the time to thank everybody for doing that. This match has always been important to me every year because it's our big match that ends the year for us. Because once deer season starts, our shooting season kind of goes, and so I always have one year-end match. And this year we changed it to make it more about Kenny and his passing and remembrance of him. And I'm overwhelmed with the engagement that I've received to make this match happen. So thank you to everybody that's reached out to me and helped me make this happen. It's I was telling Mike earlier, it's a lot of work with a lot of reward. So anyways, before we get started into this educational session about Al Freeland tonight, which Justin has prepared for us, let's go ahead and call out the side chat. Let's just go ahead and type Freeland in the side chat. Whenever you're ready, Hillbilly.
Alrighty, get caught up here on these. So first up we have kind of getting away from me. Hang on a second. I gotta readjust here. So first up we have J Delta 22NC, Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. We got living in Southwest Virginia. We got Hasbro out there. We got MN Shooting Sports, Garage Guy, Columbia Mountain Kennels. Hey there. See, we got Mike Moore. Got Hillbilly Up. Joe Cool. I like it. I like it, boom. Ron 2A Matters. We got Southern Rifle. Rustic Rimfire 22. We got Chris Lang out there. We got also have Jeff Taylor and Jeff Lee. They might be brothers or something. We got Jason Mahoy, better also known as Chips, as Hasbro says. And we also have Jay Crow. And I believe that's it so far right now, chat.
Yep, looks like it. So welcome everybody.
I shouldn't have said Justin's got a show tonight. That's all of them right now, Justin. So
Okay.
Got Randy
So,
K coming in there also, typing in
Mhm.
Freeland.
Yeah, he
But
said earlier he's behind the wheel driving tonight, so
yeah,
be careful out
so
there, buddy.
yes, sir. Be careful. Um, so we decided that I'm not going to be the one that always comes up with the topic. So I've left it open to the panelists to take turns and bring topics to the table that they would like to talk about. And Justin agreed to go first. And there's George popping in there, says lightning is wild, and he's out for right now. So
Oh
he did
man.
message me. He don't have any internet. So
Uh,
but Justin's going to go first, and his topic of tonight is Al Freeland. So, Justin, you just tell me what pictures you want to pop up and when, and I will back you up.
all right.
So, show's
So,
yours.
before we get started, I want to give a shout out to somebody that does a lot of commenting on our live and on all the videos. TJ Fishing. He's got a channel put together now, and uh, I subscribed to him today. And you guys go over and check him out from Australia.
Mhm.
So give him
yeah.
some love. Um, so the topic tonight is Al Freeland,
Hey,
and
Justin,
yeah,
before you get started, I got one other mention about a new channel,
go ahead.
and it's one of our own. If you guys don't know it, Rimfire Dave got locked out of his
Oh
old
yeah,
YouTube, and
There you go.
he created another one that is also called Rimfire Dave, but he only has like 7 subscribers. So if you guys enjoy watching Rimfire Dave and his content, uh, please go look for him and
it's Rimfire
subscribe.
Dave Z7 or Z6 or something like that now.
Yeah, I'll try to
I'll
find it
find
while
the
you're.
link and do it.
Yeah, find the link and
Yeah,
put it up.
try to find it and share the link because
I'll do it.
he's trying to put out videos again, but he don't have the following that he had on his other channel, and he got locked out of it. So I wanted to mention that tonight, and I almost forgot. So
Yep.
go
So if
ahead.
you're subscribed to his other channel, come over and subscribe to his new channel.
Yep.
Yep. I noticed that too. I
Damn,
was forgot
hate
about
that
it.
for him.
All right, I think I got it. I'll post it.
Yep.
Here it comes.
So tonight's topic is Al Freeland, and I'm no expert on Al Freeland by no means. The man was born
Oh,
in 1901, so way before my time. I think
Dad
he
told me
actually
this was about Alfredo. Oh,
no.
okay. I thought he was doing a pasta. Okay, sorry about that.
So all of it's before my time. So if I'm wrong about something, don't hold me accountable. I just read his book, his autobiography, and his book is Uncle Al, and is a very interesting read. Um, Anybody that's going down the hole of a rimfire shooting, I would definitely recommend this book to him. Um, he was real instrumental in development of BSA Martini style rifles. Um, he took a liking to them, and he further designed their own product, and ended up getting recognition from them, and they used his input highly for further product development. So, they were from England, he was from the United States, and they really liked what he had to offer. So he was really instrumental in development of BSA Martinis, the internationals. Um, so, this man lived during the Depression. Um, he drove a Model T Ford to shooting matches, and I mean he was a real pioneer of what we know today. He's a trailblazer, forefather, my hero. So a lot of things he did, he was a pioneer. Um, he was a machinist. That was the trade that he was in. Um, just the things he was into is just amazing. The he had his own machine shop for years, and of course he was a gunsmith, but he went down many paths. He was into aviation, uh, doing work for I think maybe Pratt and Whitney, not sure, but he made aviation parts, did a lot of that, and his passion was shooting though. So there wasn't products available for what he was into, so he developed and made his own stuff, and he ended up making a catalog and started selling his products. And he was really instrumental in Camp Perry. He competed at Camp Perry. I think the early 20s is the first time he went to Perry, and he was only around 20 years old then because he was born in 1901. But he set up like a vendor's table at Camp Perry for years. He was like a staple of Camp Perry, and if you couldn't buy what he needed, he made it and he made it available to sell. And just some of the contacts the man had was unreal. He the who's who of the shooting world. He was one of them. Um, that old Ballard rifle that Steve has there has a niter barrel on it. He knew him firsthand basis. He actually used some of his barrels and played with them, shot with him. He was of that same era. Um, One barrel maker that he liked a lot was Eric Johnson, and from the history that I've researched and read, and my personal mentor, he's told me about Eric Johnson barrels and stuff, and I actually tracked down a Winchester 52A or pre-A with the Eric Johnson barrel, and it's one of my prized possessions in my gun collection. Shoots really well, but Eric Johnson was a barrel maker he liked a lot. In the later years, he liked Hart barrels, and some of his personal rifles that he built, he used Hart barrels on later on in the years that he won a lot of matches with. Um, he set a lot of world records national records at Camp Perry that I'm not sure to this day if they've been beat or not, but he shot like some 439 X's, three position shooting. Um, I don't know how far his Benchrest endeavors went. I'm not sure if he even shot Benchrest, but he shot a lot of three position, uh, standing, kneeling, prone, iron sight, and optic. Um, he personal friends with John Unertle, and it's just all the vintage stuff that I'm into now. This man, he walked that life. That was cutting edge and what he was shooting in that time. Um, it really is a very interesting read to read this book. It's so much information. It's like drinking from a fire hose trying to read just one chapter. It's just too much to remember, and you'll get it wrong if you ever try to recite it because it's his story. But there's copies of this book on eBay. You can find signed copies even, and it's a good read. Um, I know I'm rambling on back and forth, but it's just a hard topic to cover. But one of the guys that he was real good friends with was Julian S. Hatcher, and he was a major general, United States Army. And General Hatcher, he also had a book called Hatcher's Notebook. And this is Hatcher's Notebook. It's another good read. I recommend it. They both shot competition together, and we won't dig into Hatcher, but he's another one to look out for. It kind of ties into the Al Freeland story. Jeff Lee, what's the name of the book again? It's called Uncle Al: The Life and Times of of inventor marksman Alvin Freeland. So I guess we'll talk about some of the products he made. So like,
Just Justin, before you get into those products, real quick, I want to share a few photos.
yeah,
Right as you got started, I got a message, private message from Mike Moore,
okay,
and Mike Moore is emailing me a gift certificate for the giveaways at our shoot, and he is offering $75 off of a custom paint job. And if you guys remember me talking about Mike, he shoots ABRA in unlimited class with this 1022 rifle right here. And the last rankings we looked at, he was number 6 in the nation. And
Nice.
he has a paint and auto body shop, and he will bed your stock and custom paint it. And here's a couple of paint jobs that he sent me. Look at that.
Oh, man,
That's slick. He
that
base coat
is.
he base coat clear coats them. And if you don't like painted stocks like that, then he'll also clear your wood. And he is sending me a gift certificate for $75 off of a paint job on a stock. So
awesome.
to put on our
Nice.
table. That's what this community is about right here, guys.
Sure.
And Mike, if I know you're out there in the side chat, if you do any other kind of services for the 2A community, feel free to list it in the side chat. I know you told me that you would bed a rifle, but I don't want to. I don't want to quote things you'll do uncertain. I don't know
Don't
if you
want to
do
sell him out.
yeah, I don't know if you do pillar blocks or all the above or what. But if you kind of want to give us a rundown in the side chat of the things you do offer, some other people on here might be interested in that because he sends me little sample pictures all the time of his paint jobs, and I'm definitely going to get with him this winter. I mentioned earlier in one of the last show that I'd like to build me an unlimited 1022, and it will be a Mike Moore paint job when I'm finished with it. So
Awesome.
we're going to make that happen. So I appreciate you, Mike, for that. I just wanted to shout you out on here. That's what this community's about. I appreciate it.
And he's a Kentucky boy too, so you gotta
He's
give him
he is
props for
in
that.
The Louisville, Kentucky area. Yes.
Yeah. So talking about some of the products that Al Freeland put out, um, he made a lot of like shot timers and well, not shot timers, but like timers you put on a bench, like egg timers basically. He made some real nice little like reloading block type boxes to hold 22 ammo. Most of them were made out of cedar, and he made some really cool gun box like boxes to put your guns in, your rifles in, the sights and universal scopes and all that. Um, every now and then on Gunbroker, you'll find a listing of an Al Freeland rifle, and it'll have all the accoutrements of his builds, and they'll be in those wooden boxes. And typically, they go for double the price if it has all the Al Freeland accessories. But he uh, he was an iron sight shooter. It was probably the biggest passion the man had, and he made a lot of special like extended front sights, the globe sights, and um, he actually did leather work too. He made a lot of arm cuff slings that were amazing. I mean, they're still sought after today, and leather shooting gloves that have been copied from his design. Um, anybody that's in positional shooting should know Al Freeland. Um, from 20 yards away, you can see one of his rifle stocks that he made and know that it's Al Freeland stock just by the design. Mike, when the other people's property rifle, he sent some pictures of it, and I immediately knew it was Al Freeland stock. I questioned you about it, and Mike researched it, and sure enough, it was Al Freeland stock. The man he was awesome with woodwork too.
We
But
got some pictures of some of his rifles too, don't we?
yeah. One picture we have of rifles, like one of the most winningest rifles that he owned. Uh, he had a series of rifles that he made, and he named them all Mariahs. And he had like Mariah 1, Mariah 2, Mariah 3, and I think 4. But those rifles sold at Rock Island auction. Not sure what they went for, but that's Mariah 2 there. He won a lot of matches with that rifle. It's a BSA Mark II, I think, and he did all the custom stock work and all that. And that had a heart barrel on it. I'm pretty sure my research is right. He shot that 400. That's one of the arm cuff slings that he has there. I think it might be a 1903 rifle. No, it's a 52. It's 52. Probably a pre-A. But those leather slings like that, um, he designed and made those, and probably still see a lot of them at local gun clubs today. Um, he made a lot of the adapters that go on the magwell that like for shooting offhand. He made those I guess ball knobs or whatever you call them, and handles for offhand shooting. Um, so one interesting story about Freeland that I read, and just a little snippet of the book. Um, so one of the first shooting experiences he ever had, a neighbor of his had a Stevens Ideal 22, and this is talking to Mike's Hart. He's a Stevens man, and he let him shoot that Stevens Ideal, and that was like the first rifle he ever shot, and he was definitely in love with Rimfire from that day. And he saw an ad in a newspaper where you could sell subscriptions to the Toledo Blade newspaper, and they had like this giveaway. If you sold so many subscriptions, you'd receive a Hamilton single shot 22 rifle. We can't talk prices, but $1.75 beans. Well, 175 beans was like the value of the rifle back then, But he sold those subscriptions and got his rifle, and
1 3/4 beans.
yeah,
One and
one and
three
three quarter
quarter.
beans, yeah. So that's hard to say, but he said it shot shorts only, and it was very inaccurate. That was his description of that rifle. So he hunted with it and shot it and had fun with it as a kid. And his next gun purchase was a Marlin 39A, and he had a little over half to put on it, and he begged his mom for the other half. So it was like 16 beans is what that rifle cost him back in the day. But that was his first serious rifle, and then it goes on to he was living in Chicago, and he went to a gun shop, and um, he seen a magazine in that gun shop. He was just browsing around. It's called The Arms of Man, and come to find out, the local gun club, that gun writer of that magazine, uh, held a match there close to Chicago, and he got talking to the gun shop owner and about the match and everything, and he put him in contact with that writer, and he he bought another rifle off that gun shop to go shoot the match with. Goes to the match, and it's a big deal to even get to the match. Like the transit to get there, is like this half a day journey just to get there. But anyways, he shows up to shoot his rifle, and everybody's got walnut heels and Ballards and much nicer firearms, than what he brought. He ended up not even shooting his own rifle. They lent him a rifle, and he did well enough to get invited back. So he goes back to the gun shop that he bought that rifle. He gets a refund on his rifle basically, and the next rifle that he purchases kind of starts the history of Winchester 52s. He got number 5 serial number Winchester 52 was the next rifle he bought from that gun shop.
Wow.
So that's pretty special, you know. And he takes it back to that gun club. Nobody ever seen a Winchester 52, and he has number 5, you know, basically. So that's a pretty cool read there. And you know, we're talking about the beginnings of everything we're hooked on. You know, this man, he lays the trails for pretty well. But so he had a real soft spot in his heart for Winchester 52, but BSA Martinis was really where he was at. You know, um, try to think of something else here. Um, so I mentioned that he had his own machine shop, and one of the customers that he had kind of walked in was basically like the guy that founded the Motorola company, and he this guy was an inventor that invented a crystal set radio, and I don't know much about the story, but basically, like the beginning founding of Motorola, he made parts for this guy and helped him get his design off the ground, and and helped him throughout the career that Motorola, you know, a lot of their inventions and stuff. He made prototype stuff for the the
That's
radios
cool.
and stuff. Yeah, but this book is just chock full of stuff that like that. You know, that's just it's so
This guy,
captivating. You just don't know the
guy as
next turn,
busy
the
as
next chapter.
you
You
are.
know, yeah,
Yeah, so
it's kind of
I
like
was
Forrest Gump. It's honest to God the Forrest Gump story. This guy's life. You know, it
I
just
was
blow your mind.
read
You know,
I was reading on him earlier, and he's a legend. Like there's companies that like have several of his rifles just in uh, on display in
uh-huh.
museums. Like uh, one of them was Rock Island Auction Company.
Yeah.
It says that he has several. They have several of his rifles on display in a museum,
Hmm.
uh, and he started. It was what like 1943
That's when he
uh,
started selling
when
products. I think
he started selling products, and it said something about a scope stand. Is that what he started with?
they made a spotting scope stand that
Yep.
would the way the legs were on it, you could lay on a shooting mat and the legs stayed off the shooting mat. So when you moved, it didn't move your spotting scope. His design was kind of revolutionary with that, and he shows up at a match with one of those, and like everybody's got to have one of his spotting scope stands, you know, and pretty neat. I mean, he made stuff and flaunted it, then everybody else had to have it, you know. So he knew what he was doing with marketing to his niche group, you know. But I think one of the procurement guys for the United States Army was that Julian Hatcher. I could be wrong on this. Not sure if he's Army, Marines, or what. But he actually got some government contracts of making, I guess, like training rifle products for the military, and he did real well with military contracts, making spot and scope stands and different things. It's probably where most of his income came from, you know, throughout his after he founded the Al Freeland Company of selling shooting products. But Freeland International that we have today, its lineage comes from Al Freeland. Um, I'm not sure how much, if there's any ownership ties to his family or anything, but they're basically riding off of his lineage with that company. Um, I think he sold out his company to Champion Choice, and that's still another company that we have today. But they, you know, there's still some of his products out there for sale, and eBay is there's a plethora of stuff on eBay. If you type in Al Freeland, you know, you'll have several pages to dig through. Same way as Gunbroker, you know, you type in Al Freeland rifle, you're gonna get a hit
Mm.
of, you know, something that he's made. Um, he personally built. He says in his book he built well over 500 fine rifles.
Mm.
So you know that's how many rifles it he personally built himself for customers, and they, went internationally. He sent them to Africa, Australia, Hawaii, Egypt, Switzerland, England, Sweden, Cuba, Argentina. He sent rifles everywhere, and a lot of his rifles were used in the Olympics. And there's several chapters about the Olympics in this book. But he was definitely in the who's who of rifle building. Um, there was 21 rifles that he made. He called Al Freeland super rifles, and this is kind of what got me down the rabbit hole of Al Freeland. My buddy, my mentor at Benchrest shooting, he actually has one of the Al Freeland super rifles, and there's only 21 of them out there, and they all had Eric Johnson barrels.
Wow.
And I hope one day I'll own this rifle. I don't want my buddy to pass, but if one of these days, I hope I'm in contention to buy this rifle because of its lineage. But my mentor, he's actually talked to Al Freeland on the phone before, and when he ordered this rifle, and it's actually who I got this copy of the book from is my buddy Brady. He's actually got a signed copy from Al Freeland. But back to the super rifle, there was only 21 of them made, all Eric Johnson barrels. And the particular rifle that Brady got off of him, he sent it to Brady to review, and he gave him 3 days to review it. And as soon as Brady seen the box it was in, he already knew he wanted the rifle. The box was so nice, So he agreed to keep the rifle. And it's unlike any Martini that I've saw. Like the action looks like it's big enough to withstand a 50 BMG. I mean, it's huge. It's wider and longer than the BSAs like me and George have, and they're massive for a 22. But the super rifle that Brady has, supposedly Charles Daly, from Charles Daly Rifles, the man Charles Daly, supposedly won some kind of national match with that rifle, and Brady still has it. I've seen it once, and it probably weighs. I'd say that rifle weighs 18 pounds. It has like 1.25 inches. It looks like 28, maybe 30-inch bull barrel. It's huge, but pretty neat rifle.
You had some other pictures too of some type of boxes.
Yeah, so the one big box there, that's one of the Al Freeland rifle cases, and it has like guitar case style latches and stuff. The gun that Brady has is in a box like that. They're pretty neat, and one of those boxes alone's worth probably 500 beans right now.
Good luck, Jeff Lee. Jeff Lee signing off, says he has a match in the morning.
Good luck. Shoot straight. Some of those little ammo boxes, Chad, you can show next. Those little cedar boxes. Yeah, that one has a shooting timer on one side, and it opens up and it holds 22 long rifle rounds in it.
That's nice.
Brady actually has one of those cedar boxes like that. MTM makes a box from that design now. I'm sure everybody's probably got one of those, but you can find those on eBay. He made those hook style stocks. That was one of probably his best selling products.
$16 rifle, man. I'd like to get that rifle.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yep.
It's got some cool stuff. But it's funny how, we all come together and talk about, old rifles we run across and all this vintage stuff. And, it all has lineage back to this guy for sure,
So Justin headed up the topic tonight, and it's a great topic, but I don't want to forget about anybody on the panel.
Oh yeah, I was getting ready to.
Does anybody else have any interesting facts about Al Freeland or questions about Al Freeland that Justin may have read in his book?
No, no, but I'll tell you, I love stories like that. It's
So
amazing.
I would say that anybody in this side chat that shoots 22s, which the majority of you do from what I'm seeing in the side chat, you probably have at one point or other been on Freeland Shooting Sports looking for uh, ammo or something.
So that's the same people. That's Freeland Shooting Sports. That's the same people.
I'm not sure the tie to that, but there's no doubt you know, their name is riding off his lineage. I'm not
Wow. Yeah, I
sure
buy
if
from
there's
them
any
all the
family
time.
Pretty
tie
cool.
in
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Thank you, man. I buy from them all the time.
yeah. Champion
Wow.
Choice, I think, has lineage also to to Freeland Company. I think he may have sold out to him to Champion Choice at one time, but
Mm.
not. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's some kind of story to that. I've actually read it, but I can't remember how it all ties together. But you know, some of the big names in shooting, that you've all heard, like Elmer Keith and Townsend Willing, and all those guys. He shot with these guys and rubbed elbows, and I mean Charles Daly. Just the list of his friends. His friends list is like the who's who of the shooting world. And they all respected him as well. But he was world traveled. He went to several Olympics in different countries and all that. And it's basically the Forrest Gump of the shooting world to read his book. I mean, it's just crazy. Um, so Mike has experience with that one Freeland stock gun. You want to talk about that, Mike, or elaborate on it?
Uh, I was just looking here off on the side for when you had told me about to look for Al Freeland on it, and I did find a Freeland stamped a
Mm-hmm.
couple of different places in uh, the aluminum parts on it, and like you said, he made so many accessories. With
Mm-hmm.
the little research that I did, scouring what I could find out after that, but that under rail accessory to be able to mount your various accessories on was something he sold. All the butt pieces that you could imagine he ever sold, he
Yeah.
sold stocks, he sold barrels. So it's just the way this was put together. And the Carl Kenyon trigger in it, that's like a $800 trigger in and of itself, comes to find out, that won't allow you to remove the bolt without popping the action out, you know, uh, taking the trigger off to be able to remove the bolt on it. So I found out a little bit about that. It seems to me like that's a little bit more, a little more intricate than just your average. Hey, I'm gonna customize my own rifle type of things that someone
Mm-hmm.
probably would have done. But times were different back then too. Uh, what I did find, and I just found it here looking for it to kind of go along with what you were saying, is that it was Champion Choice. The owner Steve Joss, who was a known shooter in the on Freeland Sports history page, talks about how he purchased it in '91 from Al Freeland or from
Yeah.
Freeland on a handshake kind of a deal. And then it took until like 2013 before it became an official. There
The
was
official
paperwork that
transaction. Yeah.
backed that deal up. So that's kind of interesting. So,
Yeah.
but that goes to back to what you're saying about the history of the guy, is that it was different times, and things were word of mouth, and a
Yeah.
person's word was their honor, on
Yeah.
something like that. That's why they had they had a deal in place without any real paperwork backing
Yeah.
it up from
That's what men were men.
So I may have misspoke that, Justin, because I was just looking on here reading. So Freeland Shooting Sports and Al Freeland was separate entities, according to what I'm reading here on the internet.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think Champion Choice though
yeah.
they did buy out Freeland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
says here, many national Olympic champions use Freeland's products to help to achieve their records. Freeland moved from Rock Island, Illinois to New Albany, Ohio when Carl Joss purchased the company in 91. Carl Joss, a well-known shooter and owner of Champion Shooter Supply, continued producing the Freeland product line under the Freeland name. In 2013, Carl's business moved away from Albany, Ohio to Utica. Champion Shooters LLC was sold on a handshake deal. Okay, I misunderstood what I read. In 2013, the new owner of Champion Shooting Supply abandoned the business and left that location in 2019. Uh, so, I don't
Yeah. I read that same thing you did there, and
know. But yeah, it's all interesting. It's, like, keep going back
So
to it.
he
It was
he ended
different
up
times.
he ended up in Ohio. So I'm sure that he shares many stories with
Gene Davis probably.
Gene Davis and Bill Calfee,
Yeah.
because Bill
Yeah.
Calfee they all
Yeah.
ended up there.
Yep.
And when I was reading the Bill Calfee book, it was interesting. He was from Kentucky. He lived in was it Hyman? He was
Between
from
Hyman and Hazard, that's where
yeah, he was
Calvin was from.
between Hyman and Hazard, and he uprooted in his younger days and went to Ohio. So I'm sure that
Right.
they all shot together.
Hmm.
And why do you think they all wound up in Ohio? Yeah.
Uh,
At work, probably for work.
Camp Perry.
Yeah, Camp Perry too.
Camp
Yeah.
Perry.
Yeah.
So and that's Ohio, Pennsylvania. That's where the ARA and ABRA stuff is most popular too. Like
Yeah.
there's matches up there three times a week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, like I said, what for me I think is interesting about stories like this, I did positional shooting for a little while, and it really is a young man's game, or a younger man's game, I guess I should say.
You gotta have eyes
Uh,
for it, and
Eyes, blood pressure, the ability to get up and down out of positions on the clock, and just all those things. But uh, I whenever I am in like antique stores, I look for stuff like this, and I don't know if it's going to show up here or not. But like this is a shooting badge that I found in a Wisconsin thrift store, uh, Department of Wisconsin American Legion, 1946 Victory Convention Racine, 200 yards, and it's an offhand shooting medal. So you're talking post World War II era guys that were still, you know, really into competing with rifles and the camaraderie of the shooting sports. Here's a 1947 Wisconsin Rifle Association that someone won the rapid fire in the seated position,
Mhm.
in 47, and someone that took a second place, it looks like, at 200 yards in a prone position in 1946. So I just I find the history on any of the shooting sports really interesting, and it's just unfortunate that when kids get trophies and awards for shooting, they're not cool stuff like this anymore. They're plastic crap, but I'm done.
Camp Perry's always been kind of a bucket list goal for me. To go. Well, especially when I was younger, it was always a goal to me to go to Camp Perry and shoot. Just in a service rifle match or just anything, just to say I went to Perry. But Al Freeland, he shot well over 50 years consecutive at Camp Perry, and his 50th anniversary of shooting Perry, they honored him with a huge cake, congratulating him on 50 years of continued participation. And I mean, that's a milestone right there, competing that long. And he was still competitive, even at that long, at doing it that long. But in his book, his son says that's one of the best memories of his life was that ceremony where they gave him that cake. It's one of his fondest memories, and pretty neat. I think Dave Garner's competed at Perry, and we was talking to Elijah. I think Elijah's been to Perry.
Yep. So this week I was working in a new area, and one of my coworkers says, "Hey man, there's a hardware down the road that's got a gun store in it." He's like, "I bet you they got 10,000 guns in there." And I was like, "Ah, man, you're exaggerating." So I go in this store, and sure enough, like piles and piles and piles of guns. Like
Wow.
it was it was not easy to comprehend. There was like you'd be looking and you'd be like, oh look, there's just all kinds of things that interest me. But the interesting part of it was I got to talking to one of the owners, and he got out a cherry Remington 40X and showed it to me. And we got to talking, and his son's name is Brandon Hayes. And he told me his son just won something in nationals. I'm not sure what it was. I just looked at the ABRA national rankings, and he is on the national rankings. He's sitting on the one I found online. He's sitting number 26th in the nation, and I just thought it was cool that I walked into some random gun store and got to meet a gentleman's dad that actually does what we do out here, shooting these matches and stuff, and actually pretty good at it. So we talked for quite a while about he shoots like 2,500 actions and turbo actions and stuff like that, and his dad is more of a 52 513 vintage style, 40X. And he asked me if I'd ever shot a Remington 37, and I was telling him about Dave Gardner's Remington 37 that he had or has, and he said that's one gun that he's never got to get his hands on and shoot. So it was interesting meeting that guy. It's kind of a small world in the shooting community. I mean, I'm 3 hours from my house on the Kentucky-Tennessee line, and walk into a gun store and get into a conversation with a guy that kind of shares the same hobby and love and passion for this sport that I do. So it's pretty cool.
Yep. It's a commonality all across the world, actually. I mean,
Yep.
we got TJ Fishing on here from Australia, Benchrest
Yep.
Marksman from Australia, we're all in the same rabbit hole, all over the country here, from Minnesota to Missouri to North Carolina, J Delta. I got Chris Lang in Texas. I mean, we're spread out, but it's a great community and great time to be in it.
Very interesting topic tonight.
Yep.
Enjoy it.
So
Wow.
talking about Remington 37s, Al Freeland, he dabbled in 37s also, and there's a chapter in a book that more or less is like just ramblings about different firearms and firearm designs and stuff. And probably one of my favorite chapters in this book. And I wish I could remember a tenth of it without having to go back and freshen up on it. But um, he he played with the 37s a lot, and until the 40Xs came out, and he liked the 40Xs also. Um, on a side note, I got a 40X on the way. Uh, they just received payment from CMP, so next step
Is
is
it?
shipment. So next step
Is
is
it?
shipment. Yep.
For the
Oh, that's the
737.
one. Yeah, that's the one I'm bringing back,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Hopefully it's not beat to death. So, uh, I'm
Was
anxious
it
to
was
see
it you,
that.
Justin, told me you got a 737, not a 40X once from him?
What is it? It's a 721 action or 722 action.
722.
Yeah, 722. The only real difference is the bolt knob. One's rounded and one is looks like a 700 bolt knob.
Oh, is it?
Thing. Yeah, the actions still say 40X, but
Oh, okay.
the one with the knurl bolt knob are saying they're 40XBs, I think. But
I got one of those actions in the store here local to me with a Remington 222 cartridge in it. And it's like, it's another cartridge I haven't pulled the trigger on, but
that's one of my favorite centerfire cartridges. Is a 222 Remington. Got a few of them.
There's anybody out there that's just
So
chomping at the bit to get into like a vintage target rifle. If you were to run over to Gunbroker right now and type in Remington 513 L Freeland, there's a pretty decked out with all the L Freeland
Yeah, I saw that.
stuff out there for under 900 beans by me now price right now.
That's a
not
steal.
anymore. Thanks to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's under
Yeah.
900 beans by me now. Yeah,
I'm kind of letting the secrets out with this.
yeah,
This show.
So I mentioned that I met Brandon Hayes' dad, and I was looking at those point standings. So I get confused on this ABRA Nationals. So you have an aggregate scorecard or score rankings, and then you have your regular score rankings. And his dad told me that he won, and I was wondering why he was in 26th spot. So he's in 26th spot, but on the
Aggregate.
on the aggregate point part, which is aggregate plus points, he's first place. Brandon Hayes.
Yeah.
So I was confused on that when I went to look him up, but I was looking at the wrong scorecard. So yeah, he was first place in Outlaw Light.
Wow, that's cool. Was he at the Jackson match, Chad?
He does shoot at Jackson, yes.
Cool. Their state shoot is this weekend
Yep,
at
I
Jackson.
know. Yep.
I was invited, but I was also invited to do 37 other things. And I got a funeral tomorrow, so I'm not shooting.
And you'll probably put 2 roofs on before the weekend's over, too.
I was putting one on this evening, putting
Yeah,
truss
I
up.
figured.
Yeah.
Man never stops.
It's catching up with me. Anybody else have?
We're having a family day at the range tomorrow. My son came to town, and my daughter, she's like, "Let's go to the range tomorrow." And my wife's like, "Yeah." So, my son's wife is not a gun person, but my daughter and my daughter's boyfriend and my son and my wife and myself, we will all be partaking in firearms tomorrow at the range.
Isn't that a family entrance criteria? Didn't you have your list? Must
Could
be.
Well, she's a nurse, and my son's in medical school, and she's taking care of my boy while he goes to med school, so she's all right in my book. They hardly ever ask Dad for nothing, so
There you go.
She's a good gal.
There's still hope for her. You may convert her this weekend.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, you know what you got to do. 22 rifle and a hard seltzer. That wins anybody over.
Yep.
Well, she
Getting
doesn't like the
that
22
hard
rifle. Have
seltzer.
her drink the hard seltzer.
Yeah.
Give her a
So-
reactive target. She'll like it.
He has
Supposed to
a-
get that hard seltzer, not drink it.
Thank,
You know, I
thanks
helped to convert a young girl this year to shooting. Her boyfriend brought her, and she was obviously a very scared liberal kind of type. And so I had my 10-22 there. I was like, here, trust me, just squeeze the trigger. So I had it sitting on the Benchrest, and like, oh, I'm too scared. This guy watch. I just stood beside it, did this.
She
She
has
finally took it, and she loved it. And by the end of the next hour, he was talking to him about buying her one.
Yeah.
She has no interest. No. My son has a very nice collection of old military rifles that, thanks to his dad, I got him a M1 Garand and an M1 carbine. He has a 1903 SKS 8mm Mauser, 2 or 3 Lee Enfields. Mosin the Gaunts is his favorite. I think he has 3 or 4 of those. He has a really nice collection. He has a 30-40 Krag, and she's already, because those are stored at my parents' house. My mom and dad lives about 30 minutes from where my son lives, and they're all stored in a safe at my mom and dad's. And she's already talking about, well, when we have kids, you may have to sell those guns.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, you just have to get a big old gun safe and lock them up.
Safe, like one. That's where it
Safe,
starts.
plural, safe.
I said, well, he's a doctor and you're a nurse. When y'all build your house, you just build you a gun vault. And you can
Yeah.
you can use it. You can use it as a storm shelter also.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but then the kids
Somebody
can't
can
come
empty
in the
the guns
storm
out.
shelter if there's a storm.
Well, you can if you got your ammo stored separately in a container or a vault. So there's ways around it. Vince is telling me to wake up. I'm over here yawning, man. It's raining outside. It's like sleepy weather. So
Vince is
Vince,
on
you
his
wouldn't know
vacation
about-
this year.
you wouldn't know about the weather in Kentucky since you're over there at Yellowstone Park looking at Old Faithful and buffaloes and caribous or whatever it is you're looking at. So
He's
he's-
on his 10th vacation this year.
he has sent us all kinds of pictures this week of his vacation. Unfortunately, though, his wife took a fall and broke her finger, and he said her finger was in a 45-degree angle,
Ouch.
and she's an organist at church, so she's not going to be able to play the organ for a while. So that was an unfortunate incident.
And you hunt and peck on the organ.
Yeah.
I hope
Well, maybe
I hope
maybe
she,
Vance will have to fill in for her on the organ there.
I hope that she's recovering well. It's bad enough that she has to put up with Vince. Now she has to put up with the sore finger. So
Oh gosh. I had to take a stab at him.
yeah, I got. He can't do nothing about it. He's over there.
Yeah.
Oh, so I saw we had a defensive pistol match scheduled for tomorrow at our range, but it got canceled due to illness. So I guess a bunch of the defensive pistol people are ill this week. I'm not sure what's going on there. But
Check it out.
anyways, we sidetracked. Justin, was you finished with your presentation, or?
I'm about out on it. I mean, if anybody has any questions or the side chat or anybody has anything to go along with it on the panel here.
He said she's recovering fine. That's good to hear. But
That's good.
there probably is no counsel for having to put up with the.
Bobby
With
has a
you.
flu.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, the guy that runs defensive pistol has type A flu. That would be a good reason.
Well, Justin, I appreciate personally all the information and stuff because I knew the name, but I knew none of that history. That's pretty cool.
I'm no expert on it. I mean, I just found it interesting and more or less trying to poke everybody to find out some more about him themselves.
Hey, you can go out and buy the book.
Yeah, I don't get no royalties for the book, but
Oh,
it'd be nice if I did.
and I'm not a reader. I mean, I hate it. But when I bought my Bill Calfee book, I couldn't put it down. So like stuff like that interests me. That we have a
Yes.
common interest.
Mhm.
It's like glue to me. I can't get away from it.
It has to be
So
worthwhile for me to want to read it.
yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ever completed, and this is an honest statement, like a novel or something, a story, front to cover. But like when we're in the military, you hand me a technical manual, I'll read it front to back 2 or 3 times because I want to understand every
Yeah.
single thing in there about how something functions or operates. Uh,
yep. Yeah, I can't read books. Show me the movie. I'll watch the movie. That's why I watch
we,
50 Shades of Grey.
well, it'll be a short night here then.
Oh
Yeah,
lordy,
I was gonna show you guys my new rifle here.
Chris Lang's leaving. He's heard enough.
You lost him with 50 Shades.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
can't run anywhere. He can't get away from it. He's already in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
I
he
think
can't go. He can't go nowhere because he's already nowhere.
the only time in my life that I got to say that the book was better than the movie is I read the American Sniper book, Chris Kyle story,
Oh, yeah.
and then watched the movie. I was like, well, it wasn't nothing like the book. So
Yeah.
that's my only shot at ever doing that. So
yeah. I was gonna show you guys here real quick my new rifle I just got.
Living in Southwest Virginia, Steve over there.
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah, right.
You won't spend money on the ammo. You didn't buy it.
Is that Mariah 3 or 4?
All
I
right,
bet
y'all,
I bet it'll
y'all,
shoot a Gila.
y'all
Yeah, that's the
stand
one
by.
Mike is talking about. Man, that's a good looking rifle.
Y'all stand
Yeah.
by.
You have to hold that up, Hillbilly. That's not a Benchrest gun.
I'll be shocked if that's still on Gunbroker tomorrow, but
Yeah,
So
but,
y'all,
well,
y'all, sta-
that's just
y'all
Are you
stand
going
by.
to sleep by, Mike?
I
I'll
don't
show you
need
the
any more vintage rifles.
stand by, and I'll show you the real rifle that Hillbilly's his new rifle.
I ain't got a new one, but
Yeah, we're gonna show it off here. If I can get it sent over.
You buy one of them pop guns from Cracker Barrel?
Oh, no, no, he called me today. He's thinking about making a trade for some wheels and tires. Uh,
just wheels.
wheels. Okay. Well, we don't. Well, yeah, we don't want to give the guy too much for his gun. That's right. Let's see. Just trying to
Please
see
tell
him.
me it's a high point.
No.
I wish. Man, if High Point had a Benchrest 22 bolt action, I'd be all over that. I'd be standing in line at the front door waiting for him to open.
Oh, here it goes. Let's see. Get over here now. Let's see. And
Vince
Oh, come
says,
on. The suspense is killing me.
yeah.
Low point.
Well, okay. Here you go. This
It
is
better be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cricket.
everybody's gonna get him a cricket.
there's a boy that's wanting to trade me, or he's got some wheels. I have some wheels he wants, and he has a cricket. The one he has is a different color than that. But anyway,
Please tell.
It's more fitting for hillbilly. It's red, white, and blue.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say,
the
please
red,
say
white,
it's
blue
pink.
one.
Well, he gotta have that.
I know
Yeah.
that's what
I mean, that's America, man. America.
I knew. Chad said he had with cricket, and so I'm like,
Listen, if it shoots anything like that classic cricket that I got,
This would be
it's
pretty
a
good.
they're good
Yeah.
shooting rifle. I took mine and competed with it first time ever in our not last match, but the match before. Because our club president, he keeps shooting in the hunter class. There's nobody else in the hunter class, so he's got to give me win every time. And that also means he gets the top score for the year in that class, and his name gets put on a plaque. So that's
You
also
had
a
to go
give
mess
me.
it up for him, didn't you?
Can't leave
I
that
went,
alone.
I went and shot that keystone, and I I beat his score by 3 points. So
Does he still?
I now have the top score in the hunter class with a Keystone Arms Classic cricket.
Does he still talk to you, or you still rocks at
Yeah, yeah. He
you?
shot the last.
I'd be throwing rocks at you.
He
Me.
shot in the last match with it and fell apart. Like shot probably the worst score I've ever seen him
He's
shoot.
ever
So
shot. Yeah,
he's got one more chance this weekend to
the
get
top
that high
10.
score back, or he lost it.
Justin, just what kind of guy are you hanging out with? You ever think about that?
Hey, everything he
Giving the
does is
poor guy,
premeditated.
give poor guy complex. My goodness, man.
That's
I,
awesome.
I may or may not have
I pulled
put
a
all that
mic.
together to tell him
I
to do
pulled a
it.
Minnesota mic on him. Is what I done.
Come in at the last minute, make 3 points.
Oh, me over here shooting a 400 bang cricket with some center X in it, and I don't
I'm
even.
not sure
What
it
is
wasn't
he?
exact.
What does he even shoot in hunter class?
He shoots that military training rifle.
Yeah, yeah, it's a military trainer rifle. I don't know what make it is, but he actually does pretty good with it. But
Then he shoots Ely 10x through it.
yep,
Speaking of that level rifle, Mike, I saw your Stevens 15 and 15A video this week. You need to start a challenge for just boy rifles and start them with this. I'll get that 15A out I got and shoot it. It'd be fun. But I got a
Well,
scope on it.
it's kind of, well, there's that 50-yard iron sight challenge target that I've had out there
Yep.
forever. I figure if anybody wants to like shoot like old school boys, buckhorns, sight type rifles, that's a good target for that because you're gonna hit, you're gonna get at least some of your 10 shots inside the scoring rings of it. I mean,
That's the
but
truth.
On the
when I was
paper,
shooting
hopefully.
when I was shooting that, I can't remember how I did that video. I think I showed some paper plates that I was shooting beforehand or whatever to figure out the hold I needed on that day on that. But I was shooting an entire sheet of paper target left and high of it to drop them into where the scoring rings on that target were at
You had to
with
walk
that
them in.
with that particular rifle. But it's all fun. So
Well,
you
I
also
learned a lot about Carlos Hathcock shooting this 15A that I have because mine was literally never fired. I figured the best thing it taught him was how to sneak up on somebody because unless you're within about 15 feet, you're not going to hit them.
Helped him out with his stalking.
so everybody was wishing that I was going to put a picture of a high point up, but Vince Ratliff's over there calling my cricket a low point. So I guess I got a low point.
No, he's calling hillbillies Benchrest high point, low point.
Oh
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
oh yeah, cricket. Well, he says cricket, and then he says low
Well, I
point.
think he was guessing, like what.
Yeah, he guessed that hillbillies getting a cricket.
Oh, I got you. I was lost in that then.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you want to share that target that you shot there at 100 yards? And Justin's going to have to come back out and try to redeem himself there a little bit.
I guess we can take a moment for a Ann Schultz anonymous meeting here.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
so
Look at that.
Man,
that where is that here?
I think you got, I don't know,
That-
man.
That one right there, that's right underneath the one that's on the outside. That's why if you've watched the video, how uh, how I put a question mark on there on it. I can't swear that one would actually have broken the X line, but everything else there would have, and that's 8 shots in a .3 area. right
So
here with the two that are out there.
whenever we have a situation like that, Mike, we let the opponent choose. So Justin, what do you call that?
Ah, he still has me by 1x if we don't give it to him.
Yeah, I already put it on the website. I scored it at a 9x
I believe
because
it's a 9.
I scored it a 9x and not a 10 because it gives me a reason to have to go out and try it again. So
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
believe it's a
but
9.
Justin will be back. I got the cameras on charge over here, buddy.
In all my free time. So we shot Chris Lang's SKS challenge, and man, I did the best I could. Just couldn't get it going. Um, it was
Somebody
a
from
pain to shoot.
Taiwan in the chat.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
over on Hasbro's side. So
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted to mention something because you brought up the SK challenge, the 762 by 39.
Yeah.
Um, I've mentioned it before. Everybody here probably knows that I see a lot of ammo and stuff come through, my work. Well, this week someone brought in 2,000 rounds of 9mm and 1,000 rounds of 762 by 39. It's Tula ammo, but it's 1,000 rounds
It's huge.
still wrapped and vacuum sealed and stuff. I don't shoot it. It's almost enough to make me want to go out and buy an SK, just to, for the fact that it's, I don't know, probably $600-700 worth of ammo. But if there's anybody that wants it and will cover the whatever it costs me to ship it to you, it's yours. So
See how much shipping
Justin's
this.
Justin's not happy with his. Justin's
Well,
not.
I mean, without going down the rabbit hole and putting way more time in it, I wasn't happy with my score. But I mean, it's the best I could do with what I had to do with. So it is what it is. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. I gave it my attempt, but
Bill. I mean,
SKS is not a Benchrest rifle by no
of the
means.
of the three
No, it's not.
of the three times you shot it, it wasn't nothing to sneeze at, honestly. So
Yeah,
But
I,
you say that.
what it was.
You say that, Justin, but if you actually start hand loading, you might find I
Oh,
got a
yeah.
Romanian WASR AK, and it was spray and pray at 50 yards. And I started hand loading for it, and I got it down to shooting 2-inch groups at 50 yards.
Oh yeah.
And that for an AK, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. That's
You
what
know?
I'm saying. Without going down a rabbit hole, I got
Yeah.
probably 100 pieces of 7.62 with 39 Norma
bro, you're
brass.
talking to a
So
guy that does not like shooting KYRX because it gives him no paper report to take
no
home,
feedback.
and he hates KYLs because he gets no
Oh
feedback from
wow.
it.
Except he hit that gong out there at 200 yards and seemed to like that pretty good. He's doing it with
Honestly,
open sights.
shooting steel, I mean, it's fun to hear something ring at long range, but I'd rather shoot paper. That way you got something to hold, something to see how you did.
All right, guys, let's make a run around the room. We got just a few minutes left
That's a
before we
good
hit
group,
that.
Mike. No joke.
Yep, that is an awesome group, buddy.
Yep.
Mhm.
Awesome rifle too, though. You found a
Yes.
gem right
Yeah.
there. You sure
Yep.
did. So
Looks like Hasbro did too. He's part of the Anschultz Anonymous.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I
Believe it.
know
Yep.
somebody else in this room.
He got me started. He got me. Let me get the right way. He got me started.
Steve's a member. J Delta's dying to be.
Yep, J
Right.
he's got the itch. He'll scratch it.
Chad's a member of that
Yep,
Team Davis.
I'm working on the video.
I do have an Annie, but it's not a true Annie. It's all customized. But
I do have an
anyways,
Anschultz, but it's the 17 Mach 2. So just to let y'all know, I'm part of y'all too.
I'll save this for the back chat. Hasbro, you might be interested. I saw something today that you might want, but I can't talk about it on here. Anyways,
All right.
I'm in.
Steve, what is coming up, buddy?
I've got a video coming out Sunday morning, another challenge target. And I've got a couple new rifles that I need to get out to the range. I broke down and got a Savage Mark II.
Oh, wow.
Listen, The 22 rescue is up to me. So,
You need to start a 22 rescue channel.
Yeah.
Sounds like to me you're bringing them all home, buddy.
I brought a few home. And then I got this Marlin 880. I've got to take it back out and shoot it. Try to get that there this coming week.
Yep. So, Hillbilly, what you got coming up?
Well, first of all, we got Guns Bearing Therapy tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. There you go. Hey, didn't swing by and visit us? Oh, I got more videos coming out, for sure. Got a new 22 caliber suppressor. Put a video out on that, and I'm really, really liking that thing. I mean, it's a lot of fun. But
I just
anyway,
hope you ain't trying to hide from nobody with it, because it's like a mirror flashing around in the sun.
yeah, they're made out of titanium anyhow, and this one's the raw titanium, and so like it looks really cool. Like if you shoot it enough to get it hot, it starts rainbowing, and so they're just really cool. But probably not a good color for hunting. But anyway,
You might have a multicolored skinny knife.
Yeah. But yeah, we got other videos coming up, and we'll be going back to the Benchrest too. So anyway, thanks for doing this, Chad. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, bud.
Well, I appreciate everybody being here and participating in it, but I really appreciate Justin sharing the topic tonight, and we're going to find out later who's next.
A lot of fun. And real quick, I was going to shout Hasbro there. Man, I love that T-bolt rifle.
Oh yeah,
Hey, that is slick. I like that, buddy.
that's something I grew up shooting. That one's not mine, but I got to borrow it, and it's very cool.
I got a modern T-bolt. You got one of the new ones.
This is a new one.
Yeah, mine's a new one. It's the Curly Maple bull barrel.
Yeah, it's a hammer too.
I actually had the high score in the factory class last year with it.
Chad never gets it out and shoots it.
I'll be there. Shame on you.
Well, I got too many of them. Well, not too many. I got more than I can spend time with. So
they say admitting you have a problem is the first step to recovery, Chad.
So so this week, this winter. So this winter, that's probably what my videos will be this winter. I'm probably just going to start getting one at a time out, taking them to the range and giving them a little love, and go through some of my collection. So
this is how I see Hillbilly shooting with a suppressor.
Exactly.
So J Delta, what you got coming up?
I don't think Hasbro finished. I cut him off there, talking about his T-bolt.
Oh, I'm working on this Anschutz 54 this week. I just literally got it, and it's amazing. I mean, holy cow! Really tolerant of a bunch of different ammo. And so I took the 3x9 scope, which shot several 0.2 and 0.3 inch groups at 50 yards, and now I got a real scope on it, and we'll see how it does. And don't worry, Mike, I got a vintage scope coming.
Hasbro had a pretty nice hard seltzer video out today, a short.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you
454 pistol.
Yep.
I shot because everybody wanted to shoot that gun when I was there. It cost me $50 to even take that gun out of the case because that ammo is so expensive. It's like, son of a gun. I just wanted to shoot one can.
I I have that same revolver in a 480 Ruger has.
Yeah, that's got to be a stout round.
It's a Hoss.
Boomstick, aka J Cool. Dean and I have talked about this, and Dean is not ready yet. But when he's ready, we're going to put on a show for you guys. We'll do a little collaboration, and he's getting prepared, and we'll do it.
Hey, Justin, one more real quick thing about that Kasul video. If you watch, when it slows down, you can actually see the bullet coming through the air at it.
Wow.
There's one point at it. So slow the video down to 0.25 speed. It's the coolest thing. You can see it arcing in there.
There's a big bearing surface on the base of that bullet.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, enough for me.
So, Jake, out there, what do you got coming up, buddy? You got a big road trip coming up.
I do. I'm all set up. Got my hotel reservation there in the Hampton Inn in Pikeville. And got my car rented to pick it up on Wednesday. Leaving Thursday morning, heading your way.
Awesome.
So very excited. So got a couple of videos on Mondays and Tuesday and Wednesday. Two with the Anschutz 2007-2013 and one with the Weight Rock. So that's coming up next week. Thank you for having me tonight. I found a 2007-2013 in Gun Broker. Just made the guy an offer.
Oh, good deal. Good deal.
By next week or the week after, we may have a whole room full of Annie owners in here.
Yes.
We'll have our first official Annie Anonymous meeting.
There you go. Then I'll join the channel.
We gotta get Hillbilly involved.
Thank you for having me tonight. I learned a lot. Justin, thank you. You got my interest. I don't like to read either, other than the Bible.
Yeah.
Right? I just don't like to read books. But like Mike says, when I was in the military, something that interests me, I read it, cover to cover. So, and I think I'm gonna get that book, and very interesting. Thank you very much for the topic tonight.
Justin, Hillbilly said that his cricket identifies as an Annie.
I feel like an Annie today.
Before you ship it.
Hey, Mike, what you got coming up, buddy?
Would that make it a cranny?
Granny.
We got your rifle named and you ain't even got it yet, buddy.
I don't know if I want to get it now. We're going to be calling it the Cranny.
Wow, yeah, that's a good name, the Cranny.
So Sunday I've got a video that'll be coming out that's going to be introducing my Veterans Day challenge targets for 50 yards and 100 yards. Will be the challenge targets for Veterans Day. This will give people 2 months to shoot it between now and Veterans Day, and I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'm going to come up with some type of a prize to give out to whoever has the highest score on the 2 targets. They will be timed targets like things I've done in the past. The targets will be available on my website Sunday morning once the video drops, and I'm going to just leave that there. As far as this weekend and what my shooting plans and activities are, I need to get down to North Star Rifle Club. There is the last PRS centerfire match of the year down there on Saturday the 13th, and I haven't shot a single match with my rifle this year, my 6 ARC. And the scope that's on it came off of the More Money Mark II when I stole the higher end scope to swap things over for these extreme long range 22 things I've been doing. So I need to re-zero that rifle and try to shoot at least one centerfire match so all the guys in that crowd don't think I just totally abandoned them this year. So and it'll give me an excuse while I'm down there on either Monday or Tuesday to also put a plate or 2 up at the 443 yard line and try to get a video of promoting the September 21st Long Gong / ELR match that will be shooting 1 round of Long Gong, so 10 shots of Long Gong. And then we're going to move down to the 200 yard line and we're going to shoot IPSC targets from 200 to 393 yards off of 3 different obstacles. That'll be rounds, the second stage, next 10 rounds, third and fourth. And then after that, we'll move back to the 300-yard line and we'll shoot something that'll be at 443 yards, which is just beyond a quarter mile. It will be a full size IPSC that is being Cerakoted as we speak. One side's going to have the name of the match and everything on it. The other side is just going to be painted white. Everybody will get 10 shots at that IPSC. Whoever can connect with it at a quarter mile the most will take that plate home. They'll shoot one side of it, and then the other side will be nice and glossy and engraved quarter mile chaos top shooter. And that will be their award for that, to hang on their wall, to show that, they beat everybody else out in a quarter mile match. So king of quarter mile, whatever you want to call it. But
that's a great idea, especially when you got somebody like Justin that needs feedback. If you, instead of taking a piece of paper home, you just take
Yeah,
Take the target home.
Yeah.
well,
But you gotta win
and
it,
what I'm
though.
gonna do, what I'm gonna do with that too, why I need to get down there and practice it is because Seth from GM Targets sent me today targets, and I'm hoping some replacement ones for the ones that I'm having engraved. Uh, but uh, a lot of people, if anybody watched my first or my second long gong match, like the tornado, the guy that was out there with the 455 and like a 3x9 hunting scope, and he was literally like picking a branch in the trees in the distance, and aiming there, and we were walking him onto the target from that. So I'm planning on trying to, because a lot of people, you're not going to have the elevation to get to that far. So I'm going to put a spotter. I'm going to hang the target so it's low enough on the berm line or in the impact area, but I've got enough elevation where I can drive another T-post up like 20 feet up the hill on top of it and then get it centered up. So if they need to, they can aim at something higher, figure out the drop calculation that target's this much higher, and try to help people to be able to get on it. But that'll be just so they can have some fun. You're going to need to come there with your game on and be able to shoot at 10 out of your first 10 rounds, though, to see if you can hit it, type of a thing. It's really going to be meant to be, can you do it? Not walking people into it, getting them on it, and then giving them 10 shots. So
Well, no
anyway,
armor.
that's all I got going on.
No armor person rounds, I assume.
No, and it just 22 long rifle, and these are not even AR plates. These are just some mild steel 1/8-inch plates because I want to be able to hear them at that distance.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
So Justin, what you got coming up, buddy? You gonna be in the woods tomorrow hunting them whitetails?
If we don't get rained out, I'll be in a stand in the morning, hopefully. Got a real busy weekend planned. I'm triple booked this weekend, so not sure how it's going to work out, but we'll do the best we can.
Well, good luck tomorrow if you go.
Yep.
But, I am not ready, and like I said, I'm not gonna bail out on my boy. He don't get to come home very often, and it's been almost a year since he's been home. So rather spend time with him. But hey, hillbilly, I wanted to say I'm not making fun of that cricket. I own one,
Oh.
and if I had the opportunity to trade an old set of Chevrolet wheels to a cricket rifle, I'd do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah, that's just.
One thing, real quick, did you guys get a chance to put Dave's link to his new page on the
I did. I put it in the chat.
bar?
it
Okay.
was
Yeah, I
in the
saw.
chat, but it
Yeah,
ran away.
Sub. Yep.
who's this Dave guy you guys keep talking about?
Dave
Sorry,
Gardner. Oh, Rimfire Dave.
I don't know if I've ever met.
Anyways, I have had a busy few weeks getting ready for this Kenny Blackburn Memorial match that is next weekend, and it's getting excited because it's almost here. And I got so much going on that I told Justin the other day, I don't even know that I'll shoot in the event because I got to give these prizes away, and some of the companies that gave prizes, they want it documented, so I'm gonna have to film, and I got a lot of moving pieces, so I don't even know if I'll get to shoot. I just will be focused on making the event go flawless. So, and I got some people volunteering to help, so uh, I'm not going to be able to do it without help. So that's coming up, and then I've mentioned on here before a rifle that I really, really want, and it's very
Tell us what you want, what you really, really want.
and
Really,
it's
really, really, really want. Yeah.
and it's
Really, really, really.
very hard to come by.
Uh,
But like I said earlier, I visited my favorite FFL today, and he knows where two of them are, and he is going to see if he might be able to get me a lead on one, and that is a Lithgow LA 101.
There you go.
So I really want one, and the sad part is I had one in my hands
I didn't know what you
about
had.
about 2 years ago, and I set it back down, didn't know what I was holding on to, and I should have bought it. That's 122 I didn't rescue that I should have rescued. So,
Justin,
and
what's the chance he's doing that to call out Elijah again?
Probably 100%.
Yeah.
oh, I've wanted one
No,
for
he's
a
wanted
long
one for a
time.
while.
But yeah, I got some videos coming out. Got some stuff scheduled out to about the 19th of September. 3 videos a week. We'll have a video of that match, giving away the prizes and stuff. I'm going to post it up to my YouTube and share that link with the vendors so that they can just go and view it there. That is going to be my collaboration with those vendors. So, no, Boomstick, I do not want a Daria. Sorry, buddy. You can keep that one. My Model 25, I rebarreled it. I got a video coming out of it with it rebarreled. It is shooting better. I also put a Rifle Basics trigger in it and got a lighter trigger in it, a smoother trigger. So the gun is shooting better, but I was still having some extraction issues, and I think I've got that worked out. We're going to go to the range tomorrow and find out. But I also, it was not free floated in the barrel, and I took some aluminum ductwork tape and made some temporary bedding in it, and I've got it bedded with a temporary bedding job, and we're going to test that to see if it shoots better, and if it does, then we're going to do a permanent bedding job on it and get it fixed up. So I hope that this works out, because it took about 5 layers of that tape to get it bedded up to where the barrel was free float and everything's solid in the action. So we're going to find out if that works.
So I can see in the future that I'm going to be making peelers for the Model 25 Marlin.
It's only got one action screw, so it's just got one action
That's all
screw.
it needs in it, Mac.
Yeah.
One's all it needs.
It's a one screw Marlin 25, not a one screw Mark II. So,
Have you tried some duct tape yet then?
well, I mean, if I know for sure that it's, well, I mean, that's all part of testing, ain't it? I mean,
Yep.
I might have to. It might need a pressure. It might need a pressure point on that barrel instead of relief, you know.
Yep. Just loosen that screw and put a piece of duct tape around it, pull it kind of tight, and take a couple shots, and then take the next strap and do a little bit tighter. And,
the man that knows what he's talking about.
Quarter-inch groups.
Yeah, he
go
knows.
ahead
He
and
made it.
call it good.
It worked for you.
We call it in the Army. Yeah, we call it 100-mile-an-hour tape.
Yeah.
100 miles an hour.
So,
Mike, if mine don't shoot, I may ship it to you and let you modified.
That's right.
Little custom gunsmith.
There
Did you get
go.
the 21-inch, Steve?
It's the F model, 21 inch, but it's
Yep.
the tapered barrel.
Is
Okay.
it FV or F?
Just the F.
F model. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know much about those. I know the FV really shoots.
Mhm.
It'll be interesting to see if the F will shoot because nobody's tried it that
Oh,
I
yeah.
know of. You know,
Yep.
it's the
Well-
same length barrel. It's just it's the tapered. It's not the V. It's not the varmint barrel. You know,
Yep.
Mhm.
because
I
if it'll
also
shoot,
heard-
that's $40 less. You know,
Also
You know-
heard that FVSR shoots pretty good when it trades hands too.
It does. It does. I got it dialed in for the kid. He's going to have fun.
So, yeah, well, I mean, my Tika T1X I got's a tapered barrel and it shoots. So,
Shoots good.
yep.
Mhm.
So, nothing wrong with that. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up the show for tonight. Y'all hang around for the back chat. We're going to figure out who's going next week. And I appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate the side chat. And once again, J Delta, thank you for the super chat. And appreciate y'all engaging in this conversation and Justin bringing the conversation tonight and the side chat also engaging. Always fun to read those comments over there in the side chat. Boomstick, he does a good job at keeping everybody entertained over there. I'll pay you the same thing, Boom, that I pay Justin.
Oh boy, it costs me money to hang out with Chad.
But that's going to do it for this week's show. Say good night, everybody.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
on the next one.